Uzbekistan hosts the world's largest open-cast gold mine, located in the Kizilkum Desert. The mine produces about 2 million ounces of gold every year, and the pit covers an area of 2.17 miles by 1.55 miles, with a depth of 1,837 feet. It is estimated that the gold reserves in the Muruntau region, including those in the process of production, to be approximately 170 million ounces. The gold was first discovered in the area in 1958. Initially the region was a source of turquoise in the Silk Road era. But, it was not until the 1950s that the area was extensively explored by the Soviet government, with commercial mining starting in 1967, and carrying on to this day. Uzbekistan is home to 5 different UNESCO World Heritage Sites. One site is called Kala, which was one of the last resting places of caravans in the medieval period before crossing the desert to Iran, and it has more than 250 old houses. It was listed by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1990, during the late Soviet era. Bukhara is one of the medieval cities in Central Asia, located on the famous Silk Road, and is believed to be over 2,000 years old, with several monuments, which are still intact. In 1993 the site was listed by UNESCO as a Cultural World Heritage Site. Other sites include Samarkand, which is a crossroads of cultures and was listed by UNESCO in 2001. Western Tianshan is another World Heritage Site in the country, which was listed by UNESCO in 2016, while the historic center of Shukrisyabs was listed in 2000. The Aral Sea used to be the world's 4th largest lake, covering 26,300 square miles. The lake has been shrinking since the 1960s. The shrinking of the lake is thought to be because of the divergence of the main rivers away from the lake for irrigation projects. As of 1997, about 10% of the lake had evaporated, and the remains are patches of smaller lakes. As of 2009, the larger part of the southeastern lake had already dried up, and most of the southwestern lake had shrunk to form a small strip along the former Southern Sea. Satellite images taken in 2014 show the eastern portion of the Aral Sea had wholly dried up, and is presently known as the Aralkum Desert. Uzbekistan is one of 45 landlocked countries in the world. It borders Kazakhstan to the north, Kyrgyzstan to the northeast, Tajikistan to the southeast, Afghanistan to the south, and Turkmenistan to the southwest. It's also one of 2 double landlocked countries in the world. Each of its neighboring countries is landlocked too. That means that in order to reach the coastline from Uzbekistan, you'll need to cross at least 2 countries. The only other doubly landlocked country in the world is Liechtenstein, in south-central Europe. Cotton makes up 17% of Uzbekistan's exports. It's referred to as white gold because it is so profitable, but Uzbek authorities have been criticized by human rights groups. Every year the government forces around 1 million students, government employees and doctors to pick the cotton fields. Annual cotton production averages around 1 million tons of fiber, accounting for 4 to 5% of their world's overall cotton production. Exports usually reach between 700,000 to 800,000 tons, roughly 10% of the world export. It's the 8th largest cotton producer, and 11th largest exporter of cotton in the world.